Rotolight invited us to a special event to test out their exclusive new products. We caught up with Rod Gammons, the CEO of Rotolight, to check them out.
We've digitally sampled over 2,500 gels, so everything ever made from brands like Lee and Roscoe. So for example, if you know you wanted maybe a nice orange to replicate a warm sort of afternoon sunshine, you go into the orange gel bank and then cycle through every version of orange ever made until you find what you like. We've also sampled a huge collection of real-world light sources, so things like overhead fluorescent lights, HMI lights, even things like a mobile phone screen. So for special effects of video work, there's some really interesting color options you can pick. In addition to that, one of the things that's very unique with the Rotolight products is that they're both continuous lights and brightest in class, but they're also high-speed sync flash, and they're high-speed sync RGB flash, which has never been done before. And what that means simply is that I can flash this light. When the light's in flash mode, I get one stop more power than the maximum continuous mode, so double the power. And I'm able to flash this in any Kelvin. So unlike a traditional flash, which is a fixed color, I can dial in whatever Kelvin value I want from 3 to 10,000, or I can flash this in any HSI color or any digital gel. So I have, without the need to physically mount a gel to the product, it saves a huge amount of time.
So let's have a look at the this larger light here.
Yeah, so the EOS 2 has all of the same functionality as the Neo 3. So touchscreen display, 16 million colors, the 2,500 digital gels. The way to really think about the EOS 2 is that effectively it's just much more power. So it's 2.5 times the output of a Neo 3. But fundamentally, with any light, the larger the light source, the softer it will be. So the physical size or light aperture on this is significantly bigger. So what you'll find with this is you have a much softer shadow out of the product naturally. And given its extra power, this would be suitable for things like floor to ceiling, complete shots in studio. You could easily light someone at a distance of 10 to 15 feet with this light, whereas with the Neo 3 you'd probably want to be within 10 feet, as a maximum, and potentially probably optimally within 6 or 7 feet with the Neo 3. Both the Neo 3 and EOS 2 come with diffusion domes, which allow you to very quickly and easily adjust the light. So on the Neo 3 itself, the dome is actually magnetic and very easy for me to take on and off the product. With the EOS 2, it's just a simple thumb screw right on the top of the light, and that allows me to diffuse the light. So this is in fact the world's first electronic softbox. We call it the Smart Softbox. And effectively the way that it works, if I show you here, if I just turn the intensity down for you, so let me dial this light round. So what you'll see is that I'm able to electronically vary the diffusion and the light just directly straight from the back of the fixture, and it goes from completely clear to completely diffused. Now what that's doing is it's giving me 1.5 stops of electronically variable diffusion, and it completely changes the characteristic of the light. So if you see on the back wall behind me, for example, when I dial the diffusion out, I have more of a hot spot and a focus of the light in the middle. And then as I dial the diffusion in, it spreads the light more evenly, so there are no hot spots anymore. What you'll find to the shadow is that when it's dialed out, you have a very crisp edge to the shadow, and when it's dialed in, a very soft wrapping quality. So the advantage of this is that it gives you 2 lights in one. You have a naturally soft source, but then you can make it harder by dialing that diffusion out. And effectively the clever bit of what this is doing is there is a liquid crystal film on the inside of this. In its natural resting state, it's fully diffused. We have a cable that plugs in with a Ethernet style connection into the bottom of the EOS. The EOS provides power to the diffuser, and we put electrical current through the liquid crystal film, and it scatters the particles. And what it allows us to do is to adjust variably the beam angle from 50 degrees to 140 and everywhere in between. I can adjust that from the touchscreen right on the back of the light, but I can also adjust it from the brand new app. So if you're in a setup, an event, or maybe you're even doing a live stream, you're doing a photo shoot and the models or the lights on the other side of the room, from my phone I can instantly adjust the characteristic without having to go and get another softbox or put another level of diffusion on. It saves a huge amount of time.
Is the app a free download?
That's right. So the app is a free download. It's available for any Neo 3 and EOS 2 customer. And it's available for both iOS and for Android. And what's really great with the app is, as you can see, we've actually replicated the same identical home menu from the back of the light into the phone, so it's very familiar for users. What you also get is a list of fixtures. It tells me real time the Kelvin, the current brightness level. And as you'll see on here, as I adjust the app, the light instantly responds, and vice versa. If I make an adjustment on the light, the app is updating itself so that both are in sync perfectly. I can recall presets from the light. I can adjust all of my HSI color settings. I can pick my gel. I can even digitally replicate the dial and make adjustments more subtly. I can adjust my flash settings, so my flash power, my duration, even the modeling light power. And again, for filmmakers, I can trigger special effects. And of course, control the electronically variable diffusion on the SmartSoft. So it really does save a lot of time. It works with both the EOS 2 and the Neo 3. One of the questions we've been asked a lot is, if I'm a previous Rotolight customer and I own existing lights, how can I use them with this app? And what's really nice is if you buy one Neo 3 or EOS 2, that will talk via Bluetooth to the app. We then use the inbuilt flash chip, and it will resend that signal to older lights, so that if you own, for example, a Neo 2 or an EOS 1, they will now appear as individually controllable light sources inside the app, even though they don't actually have a Bluetooth chip.
That's pretty clever. I like that.
That is a nice, clever bit of technology.
So one of the things, like, historically speaking, that might have dissuaded people from switching the system over to Rotolight was the inability to really match it up with modifiers, existing modifiers like Bowens mount, but you guys have come up with a solution for this now.
That's right. We're actually really pleased to announce the world's first LED light to Bowens adapter. So what this does is, this is a standard off-the-shelf Bowens S-mount, and we've actually created a head that replicates a speedlight head and gives you an L bracket that comes off, and it allows you to mount any Neo 3 or EOS 2 on the inside of a Bowens mount modifier. Now, because the beam angle is uniquely wide, it's 50 degrees, even when it's mounted on the inside, the light still hits the reflective silvered inside and gives you a perfectly uniform light source across the front face of the diffuser. So this works beautifully with any Rotolight Neo or EOS of any generation, but because it's a standard 1/4 inch 20 thread, you can in fact mount any other LED light from any other brand that has the same 1/4 20. And it works perfectly. So this is available now. It retails at $69.99 and can be purchased from Rotolight.com or any authorized dealer. What we're also announced today is the brand new R90 and R120 parabolic softbox. And what's exciting about this is that this is a standard Bowens mount. So again, if you already own any other speedlight or studio flash, they'll mount natively right to the back of this. But this also works particularly well with the new Rotolight to Bowens adapter. And this includes a half-stop inner baffle diffusion, a one-stop full diffusion on the outside, as well as a 40-degree honeycomb grid. And it's available in a 90 centimeter, which is 35 inch, which I think for most people will probably be the go-to size. We then also have a larger XL version, which is the R120, which is a 120 or 47 inch, which is beautiful, but you do need to have enough space for it. And they're starting at £249 for the R90 and $289 for the R120.
I'm going to ask the question now for all of these products, price and availability.
Yeah, so the Rotolight Neo 3 starts at $515 and is available right now from major selected retailers such as Wex, Park Cameras, and lots of other dealer stores. And the EOS 2 is $11.99, and again, it's shipping now. The Bowens adapter is $69.99, and the R90 is $249, the R120 is $289.
And when can we expect to see the Smart Diffuser?
Smart Softbox is available to pre-order now, £439, and it's shipping in August. The new R90 and R120s are shipping in July.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks a lot, man.